was quite the run in the Humvee, if I may say so myself. But what's going on, guys, in the works? And we are playing with a shotgun today, and so many people have requested shotgun. It is ridiculous. Like, so many people want to see it in the showdown, but it's unfortunate because I can't really do shotguns, and we'll talk a little bit about that throughout this video, and hopefully this satisfies some of the urges you guys have to see shotgun gameplay. But we are using the Dow 12, the Striker, whatever you want to call it. It's basically the really cheaply made shotgun that can shoot anything from, grenades. It can shoot smoke bombs. It can shoot anything. But in this game, I am using the dart rounds, the little Frenchy, whatever it's called, rounds, Flechette rounds. Basically, they're just darts that don't do a whole lot of damage, but they do penetrate really well. And I was always told that these rounds do more damage at long range. So the cool thing about this gameplay you're about to see is that halfway through I switched from the dart rounds to buckshot to kind of do a compare and contrast. And I must say the buckshot was much better than the darts. I didn't really like these first rounds I'm using. They do have a little bit of increased range, but with that increased range, I just found like they had no stopping power. You'll see here in a little bit. Any situation where I thought that the range was going to come into play, I know I could have gotten them with buckshot too, because I get some pretty long range shots with the buckshot. Because the only thing the Flechette rounds will really do for you is they will you'll get more hit markers, where with the buckshot you would just be out of range. So I don't know, I didn't really care for him a whole lot. But the Dow is an interesting shot. Oh, here's the part right here. I have no idea where he's at. I'm just getting hit marker. Probably couldn't have killed him with buckshot either, but I don't know. It seems like you just get hit markers with these, so I wasn't really a huge fan with it. I'd rather have the damage that comes with the buckshot than the range and hit markers that come from the Flechette rounds. So that is my opinion on that. But the thing about shotguns is they all do pretty much the same damage. It really just depends on the ammo type. Certain shotguns have a little bit different spread, and obviously the pumps have more range than the semi-autos like the Saiga, the Dow, the M1014. All those don't really have the range and the stopping power that come from the pump actions. So honestly, if I was going to choose a shotgun that is my favorite, I think the 870 is my favorite shotgun in the game. Obviously, the USAS is probably the best, just because it does have such a high rate of fire. You can just spam it. Now, some of these clips are sped up a little bit, which is unfortunate. This was a really long game, but I get almost 50 kills. Like, I got back-to-back games of 50-plus kill games. And the unfortunate thing about this game is a lot of the good moments I had to cut out just for the sake of time. And I almost made this a two-part game, but a lot of times people don't like watching really long games. So it's unfortunate that I had to edit out a lot of good shotgun parts, but I mean, I tried to pick the best, so hopefully this will suffice. But they are sped up a little bit, so a lot of the clips you see look like they're going a little bit faster than real time. That's because they are. The Dow actually fires really slow. It can only fire, I think it's 200 rounds per minute. I don't know, something along those lines. I'm trying to think if that's the right number. So it's really slow. Like, it feels like you can't pull the trigger fast as you want to, and it gets frustrating because you do get a lot of hit markers with this thing. But it's not that bad of a shotgun. I mean, it's one of the better ones in the game. It's definitely better than the Saiga. I've used the Saiga a little bit, and I found the Saiga's hip spread just a little bit not very compact, and the Dow is a little bit more compact. But I will point out that the dart rounds do have a more compact spread than the buckshot, so that's another one of the advantages to using them, and they do a substantial amount less in terms of damage. I think they do around, I want to say 20 per dart, and then it drops off to a 14 at range, whereas the buckshot I think does 30 per pellet, and then it drops off. You see me switching right here, and then it drops off to 13 maybe. You'll have to compare that. I always put the damage charts in the description of my videos so you guys can confirm or deny anything I say in these videos in case I misspeak, because I don't want to give you guys inaccurate information. But I don't know, the Dow's fun to use. Like, I actually enjoyed using it. It's probably one of my favorite shotguns. Like I said, the 870 is definitely my favorite. I guess if I was going to choose a shotgun other than the 870, I would definitely pick the Dow, just because the Dow tends to be a shotgun that, I don't know, it just seems more consistent than the Saiga, and it seems less douchey than the USAS. So But I play the objective like a beast in this game. I got so many points. I think I get like 9,000 points in this game just from capping a lot of flags and getting so many kills. And I really, really enjoyed these 2 games I played with the Dow. It was 2 back-to-back games on the same map, and I got back-to-back 50 kill games, and that was the biggest spread with a shotgun other than the USAS I'd ever had. So I was really psyched about this. I was like, I could not wait to get this game edited. But then when I finally sat down and started looking at it, I was like, man, some of these kills are just really few and far between, to the point where I'm gonna have to chop it up a lot, which is unfortunate because this is a really good gameplay. And I was calling myself Chairman Dow during this whole thing because I think it's funny that this thing's called the Dow. I mean, it's the striker. It's got so many like mutations to the name. Like there's so many different countries that use it and have their own little variants. Like a lot of the riot police in Europe use this to shoot out like canisters, shoot out beanbags. I mean, this is one of the most versatile shotguns there is on the market. So it's pretty interesting. Like I've always thought that this was a cool weapon because it's kind of a crude design, but it works very efficiently in what it does. So you see there, buckshot is it probably would have taken me 2 more hits to get either of these guys with the Flechette rounds, because you can really do more damage up close. And I think that's why the buckshot is my preferred attachment. Haven't really tried slugs out on any of these though, but slugs don't really work so hot on the pump action because you do lose a lot of damage. I think it's unless you get like a headshot or an upper chest, the buckshot. And you see there I lose to another Dow, and watch where this guy goes. This guy was camping the entire game in the same spot. He would, if he saw someone on the radar, he'd move, then he'd run back to his camp spot and just sit, aim down sights. And I thought that was kind of funny because he wasn't very good, and I think he thought he was better than he really was. But not really a fan of slugs on the pumps. It's just too much of a damage. You have to give up too much on it, but I don't know. This was a pretty awesome game. I thought I'd share it with you guys. You guys can call me Chairman Dow in the future. Hopefully I can get some more gameplay with some various shotguns, because I do enjoy using shotguns. They're a lot of fun. But I will see you guys on the battlefield. Peace.